Tarp Skunks. Welcome into the pregame show. I'm John Clement, and I'll be bringing you all the action all night long. Don't forget, just because it isn't the 7th inning doesn't mean you don't need to stretch. Go where the Pios go, to Jay Schultz Massage at 100 North Main Street, Suite 407. Jessica has all the latest and greatest techniques to keep you ready to get in the game. So whether you're in the starting lineup or need to come out of the bullpen, call or text 607-259-3660 to be ready for any game day situation. Jay Schultz Massage, keeping your Elmira Pioneers playing both on and off the field. Well, the Pioneers getting set after an off day finally yesterday. It seems like it's been a while, but they did get a day off due to the rain. Of course, we apologize that we weren't live here on YouTube, and hopefully we'll get through this one here tonight as they take on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, who right now sit a little bit ahead of the Pioneers after a win last night. They have moved back into first place in solid control, a full game in front of your Elmira Pioneers in the West Division. The Jamestown Tarp Skunks 10-4, the Pioneers 9-5, and my good friend Colby joining me here for the pregame show. Colby, the Pioneers have really had a heck of a run. 5 straight games back before they lost in Jamestown the other night, a 3-0 defeat. It's certainly been an interesting start to the season for them.
Yeah, it certainly has. In that game the other night on Friday in Jamestown, you just got to credit the Jamestown Tarp Skunks to getting out of the gate early in that one. I mean, there's the starting pitcher battle, of course, in that game was up, down, and then when Jamestown finally broke through in the 6th inning, it was a short game on Friday night, but the Pioneers just couldn't get bats on the ball with only one hit in that game.
Well, you talk about breaking through. It's certainly easy to break through when you're able to put a ball that far over the fence out there in left field. Quite a solid hit, as obviously that's something to keep in mind as the Pioneers go to work here. A little bit harder to hit one out of historic Dunn Field, however.
Yeah, the fences here at Dunn Field, I don't know how tall they are. Not very good with numbers, but what do you say, like 12 feet, 14 feet?
I'd say closer to 20, maybe even closer to 25. But, certainly giving good look for anybody who wants to play for the Boston Red Sox. Looking at the green monster out there that the Pioneers have around historic Dunn Field. Of course, we're moments away from getting started here, so before we get into anything else, obviously a pitcher can have a hot streak. A pitcher can have a very, very good game. Honestly, Cam Hill had a heck of a game until that 6th inning, giving up the 1-run home run, which obviously turned out to be the game winner. He will take the loss in his first start of the season, but he had a stellar performance. Now tonight, Logan Jones back on the mound. We've seen ups and downs out of Logan Jones so far. His effort tonight, though, is going to be paramount. The Pioneers are going to need some solid, long innings out of him.
Yeah, 2 starts on the season so far for Logan Jones, and you just hit on it there. We've seen some ups and downs. His first start of the season here came opening weekend against the Tarp Skunks. He got the win in that game, left the game with the score 3-2 in favor of the Pioneers. And then, of course, last Sunday in Geneva, got roughed around, just couldn't locate his off-speed stuff, and gave up 3 runs over 3 innings and got pulled trailing in that game.
So hopefully he'll come out and have a solid start here tonight. We're going to head down to Coach's Corner as we finish off the pregame show here live on Mixler.com and on YouTube. All right, folks. Well, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty here on the YouTube side, so I want to apologize. I'm not sure why Coach's Corner wouldn't play over there. A little bit of technical issue, so I'm going to put it on another avenue here, and my apologies again for the strangeness. Everything was working just a moment ago, but we'll go live to Coach's Corner and hear what Alex Bardo had to say. We'll be back here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube. To Coach's Corner with Alex Bardo, and Alex, obviously not the way the boys wanted to go. Mike. Jamestown, a very, very good team. They're somebody who's going to compete all year long. The Pioneers still just half a game out of first. What do the guys come in today feeling like, and what's the attitude in the locker room like?
Well, I think we just need to get back on track with the win streak. And after last night, yeah, it's tough, but Jamestown's a good team, and we'll play them again here tomorrow. So we can get back at them for that. And I think we're only a half game back right now. It's not like we're out of it.
Right.
We're right there. And it's going to be back and forth the whole season, I imagine.
Well, that being said, obviously, you talked about having the game tomorrow, a 4:05 start, which isn't terribly awkward. You're used to the 7:05 start, so it's only about 3 hours ahead. But when you have a game tonight and you're thinking about that with bullpen use, with players and how you're playing them tonight, and then going into a short turnaround really tomorrow, how does that change things from a coaching perspective versus when you were playing here in the PGCBL?
I mean, when I was playing, I wasn't really pitching every day. I was pitching a couple times a week in relief and stuff like that, so that wasn't really an issue for me. And tonight, I mean, we have enough pitchers to where it doesn't bother us. We can go out just as if we were playing at 7:05, had a day off, it doesn't matter. We're really fortunate with our pitching staff and whatnot right now.
And talking about, just staff in general, we're looking at, the lineup being pretty close to set. We're seeing everybody kind of making their positions. Of course, Jeff Mejia coming back was a big part. He played with Jeff 2 years ago. What kind of difference does he bring to the locker room? Obviously, we've seen what he can do with the bat, his fielding ability. We've seen it a little bit, but now back here at Dunfield, where the outfield tends to play a little bigger, what does he add to the lineup?
Well, Jeff has a lot of experience. Jeff's a great guy. He's a little bit older. He's played at a few different schools. He knows what he's doing. He's a smart player. He's just an all-around really good player. He did really well at Maine this year. And he's huge to have in the lineup, especially at the top of the lineup.
Speaking of huge to have at the top of the lineup, I got to address Donovan Montgomery, who's been absolutely spectacular during this first couple weeks of the season, as I think we're officially into a couple weeks now, 14 games, so that about counts 2 weeks. But that being said, he's been such a huge part of this middle infield. He's been so big, just even at the plate, and producing, even when he's not hitting, he's getting deep in counts and getting things going. How much does that spark the rest of the lineup to really kind of just follow what he does at the plate?
Well, seeing him have that approach and constantly getting on base or working the pitcher, I mean, it makes the other guys see that, to not go up there and just swing at 3 pitches and be done. Just work the counts and basically have an approach.
And approach being such a big part of this this midsummer season, as you will. Again, these guys are just fresh off their fall season. Some of these guys literally coming from the tournament out to Elmira to play in the summer leagues and the Wood Bat League. What kind of difference do you see from the college game coming into these guys getting their first chance to play maybe in a Wood Bat League, and what does that change for the outlook and approach of all these guys?
For pitchers, it's nice. But other than that, just come and get their work. Like I've talked about before, nothing should change from school. You'll probably get some more at-bats here than you would at school, but that's just the way it goes. That's what these leagues are. They're developmental leagues. So, with that being said, yeah, just come get your work and come ready to play every day, but also take it day by day because it's a long season playing every day like this.
Speaking of every day, and this is the last question before I let you go, obviously, 2 more weeks full of baseball before you guys get another day off. July 1st, 2nd, I believe it's July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. There may be a game on the 3rd. I'm having some memory issues right now, but I believe it's July 1st and 2nd at the very least. How do you prep these guys again? I mean, we've talked about it before. College season is every other day, every weekend, depending on where you're playing. So coming in and playing every day, obviously not everybody plays every day, but how do you keep the guys fresh and not getting frustrated, especially, as you get into this longer portion of the season where you've already been playing for 2 weeks?
Well, I mean, just having guys being honest with us is huge. A guy wants a day off, and he's been going every day. Just come in and talk to us. We can work something out. He can be an extra hitter. He can DH, or even completely have the night off. Just because we know how long the season is, and we know how grueling it can be on your bodies and stuff like that. So just having an approach to that as well, and just being smart about it.
Well, you heard it here first. It's all about approach this weekend. Keep an eye on it here tonight as we head back to the pregame show. All right, and welcome back in here live. Not sure what was carrying on over there on the Mixler side, but we are set to go here for the first game after the rain delay, as the rainout is over, and now the Pioneers ready to go back to action here against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. The managers are at home plate discussing the ground rules, exchanging the lineups, as we'll take a quick run through the lineups for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Leading off, the center fielder, Hayden Hunt. Batting second, the second baseman, Mark Tucker. Batting extra hitter, Luke Turner. At shortstop, Danny Hosley. At designated hitter, Johnny Campez. Playing left field tonight, DiMaggio Cazares. Playing first base, Justin Bowers. Playing right field, Corey Blackburn. Behind the plate, Kevin Cozile. And playing third base, Chase Carlson. On the mound, going to be number 27, Brandon Demma. For your Elmira Pioneers, Jeff Mejia will start things off in the designated hitter position. Donovan Montgomery will play shortstop, batting second. Cam Hill, as the extra hitter, will bat third. Bobby Marsh, playing first base, will bat fourth. Emilian Petre will play second base and bat fifth. Dom Popa plays right field and bats sixth. Chris Erickson back in center field, batting seventh, Justin Taylor at third base, batting eighth. Aaron Thomas at left field, batting ninth. And Gil Murad back behind the dish, catching here tonight. So we'll turn it over to the in-house PA here in just a moment as we get set for the start of this one. A happy Father's Day to everybody tuning in, and we hope you and yours are enjoying the day, certainly hoping the Elmira Pioneers can come away with a big victory here tonight as they get set and try to retake their spot back in first place. Again, they had it for about 24 hours before things turned over, and now the Pioneers are getting set for this big matchup. Of course, Jamestown, as I'm getting a note right now. All right, we've got 5 minutes till intros. So, again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here live on YouTube and on Mixler.com as the umpires and the managers shake hands. We are getting set. I will turn it over to the in-house PA, and we'll be right back. All right, and with that, the next edition of the National Anthem has concluded. We are getting ready for those 2 words everyone longs to hear: play ball. So the Elmira Pioneers will be first on the mound, playing here at home this afternoon, as they are going to get underway. We talked about the start of this one. Logan Jones is going to take the mound. 6'4", 206-pound freshman out of Samford from Milton, Georgia. Logan's pitched 9 innings this year, only giving up 3 hits and 1 run, while tallying 11 strikeouts. So far during the Pioneers season, he's had a couple of starts, as you heard Colby talk about a little bit earlier. But taking a look at the record, he is 1-0, 4.5 ERA, 2 starts, 2 times he's appeared, 8 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 8 bases on balls. So, if he can keep himself under control, as you heard Colby talk about earlier, he's going to be fine. This Jamestown team certainly brings a lot of heart and a lot of effort to the plate, but honestly, the Pioneers have actually done surprisingly well against them. Jamestown is coming in after a win up there in Batavia. They came out ahead 3-2 last night. Again, they've started to look at a lineup, and they at least know who their leadoff hitter is. Hayden Hunt, who's leading off here today, 2 hits and 2 runs in 3 at-bats and a base on balls, to his credit, over the course of 9 innings last night. Of course, the other night against the Pioneers, he did go 2 for 4, but that also included a strikeout, as everyone was having some trouble reaching base the last game. I'm so used to saying last night, folks, so my apologies for that. As Hunt will be the first one up to the batter's box, as the leadoff hitter this season. Still has the 2 walks and, according to this, 0 for 2. So we'll see what he does to lead off today's afternoon game. As the last couple of pitches being thrown down here. Again, back behind the dish, Gil Murad. He has been in and out of the lineup. I know he had an injury that forced him out of his last start, but appears to be back, and now the next pitch is the throwdown pitch, as moving over. Montgomery getting set on the bag for the throwdown. Jones, he appears to be hitting at all of his spots here in the warm-up pitches, but of course once the game starts, things get a little different. Gil Murad has been spectacular keeping the ball in front of him. That has really been the key to his game as we've gotten started on this season. Stepping in now, Hayden Hunt, as we get set for the first pitch of the game. A little bit late on our start time here. We had 4:05 penciled in. We'll see when he gets that first pitch across. As Jones gets set, winds and delivers. High, 1-0. First pitch, 4:10 in the afternoon. It's a Sunday afternoon, and you have to wonder, these Jamestown all-black uniforms, well, it's not quite as hot as it was a couple weeks ago, but it's got to play a factor, as that one's chopped out there towards left center. That's going to get down. Hunt with a lead-off hit. This is going to get in as he gets into second. Quickly thrown in as 2 pitches put Hayden Hunt on second base. So, Hunt a lead-off double, and that'll bring up Mark Tucker. As Tucker steps up to the plate, so far this season, the 3rd best hitter on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, as he is 8 for 28, has a double. Of course, he's also got 8 RBIs. He'll be looking to add to that with a runner on second and nobody out. First pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, nobody out. First batter reached base here tonight, as Hayden Hunt takes his lead off a second. Logan Jones keeping a sharp eye on the man back at second base. That one in there. Strike 2, 0-2. A little bit of a delayed call there from the umpire. Batter's box is down there. Slightly off a little bit, as stepping back in, Tucker looking to make contact. As I said, that ball cut through the air fairly nicely. Sometimes it does have a tendency to hang this close to the water, as that one gets foul. So, no balls, 2 strikes, 1 more time, as the Tarp Skunks threatening early. Pioneers have had a lot of trouble in the early parts of games so far this season. The first inning really has been a headache for them. But once they get settled in, they really catch into a groove and are able to kind of find their footing. The pitch. Cut on and miss, strike 3. So the Pioneers get the first out of the inning after a lead-off double, as that'll bring up Luke Turner, the extra hitter. As Turner steps to the plate, he is coming in today as the second best hitter in the Jamestown lineup. 14 hits and 37 at-bats, 4 doubles, and a home run. He steps up to the plate. And looking out, Jones certainly taking his time here. First pitch in there for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As the man who just struck out, Tucker, was the one who homered back on Tuesday. Geez, I'm getting way off kilter there. My apologies, folks. Back on Friday night. The week's getting away from me. Throw in there is in there for a ball. That ball gets by the third baseman as he's unable to make the tag, but the runner does advance. So, 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on third base. Still only 1 out, and now Hayden Hunt stands just 90 feet from home. As stepping up, Turner trying to make contact, but first would have to see a pitch in the zone as Jones goes back to work. The pitch is high again, 3-0. So, one more time. Logan Jones trying to get settled. Third time this season we've seen Jones, and as I said, his numbers bear out. He struggles a little bit when he can't find the zone. That pitch high, ball 4. So, 1 out, now runners at the corners. As that'll bring up Danny Hosley. Hosley stepping in. Another one of those batters who's falling in the middle of the order. He's 4 for 19. Has come around to score 3 times. Every one of his hits has been a single. A single here, though, drives in a run, moves the runner to second. And so right back into scoring position. As Logan Jones gets set, pitches and delivers. High again. 1 ball, no strikes. 5 straight balls. As Jones trying to get settled. Pioneers would love a little ground ball right to one of the middle infielders. As Jones sets the pitch, cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Our first Tioga Down showdown of the afternoon. As the Tarp Skunks trying to find the board first. Jones sets and delivers. Cut on and missed. 1-2. As I said, Jones has really been impressive when he locates and he finds his right pitching area. As he goes along in games, he just gets better and better, so something to keep an eye on. But getting out of the gate has been a little bit of a problem. The pitch, high and inside, 2-2. Batter limbo's out of the way of that one. So again, Pioneers. Runner standing on first and third. Logan Jones trying to find his control here. He checks. The runner at third fakes for home. Jones steps off. Clearly unnerved by something there. Right back on the rubber. Looking for the sign from the catcher. He's got the one he wants and starts his delivery. Drilled over there towards the shortstop. Scooped up. Throw to second, but lost on the... No, they say he didn't get him. I thought he lost it on the transfer. That one bounced right away. So, still 1 out. Runners now stand at first and second, and the Tarp Skunks hit the board first as the error on the second baseman allows Hosley to get to first base. So, Johnny Camps will come up. Camps designated hitting here tonight as he steps in, batting .207, 6 for 29 with a double to his credit. That was exactly what the Pioneers were looking for, just couldn't turn it. As ball 1 thrown. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 man out. Runner standing at first and second, and the Jamestown Tarp Skunks have a 1-0 lead. As getting set again, Jones checks on the runner back at second. One run has come across as making his way home was Hayden Hunt. Started off the game with a double. Checking back on the runners, the pitch. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. Still just the one hit. As Jones comes back set. A long look, the pitch. Taken for strike 2, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 man out. As again, the Pioneers have fallen behind early, although they tend to do their best work when they are coming from behind. Jamestown, however, worked them around the other night. No runs until the 6th, as that one's high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. As we're getting into a little bit of a pattern here, Logan Jones trying to settle back out there on the mound. Jones comes set. Checks on his runner. The pitch. Taken. And they call ball 3. The crowd here at historic Dunn Field doesn't like the call, letting the umpire know it. As again, that one looks close to that outside corner, but 3 ball, 2 strike count. Checking on the runner back at second. He's dancing out there. Time is called. So, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pioneers trying to get out of the top of the first. Runners stand on first and second base. Check on the runner. Jones comes towards the plate. That pitch inside. Ball 4 again. And for the second time this inning, the Tarp Skunks have reached via the walk. So that'll put runners on every base, nowhere to put them. As that brings up DiMaggio Cazares. Cazares batting .281, 9 for 32, a double, a triple, and 4 RBIs. Certainly will be looking to add to that here. Jones gets set, the pitch. High over the catcher's head. That is going to bring in another run. As that unloads the bases, puts runners at second and third. As the Pioneers struggling heartily out of the gate here. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As again, 2-0 lead for the Tarp Skunks, still threatening with only 1 out. The pitch. Cut on and popped up. This one should be playable for Petrie. Petrie comes over, makes the grab, and there will be the second out. So, Cazares pops out to the second baseman. That'll bring up Justin Bowers. Bowers playing first base here tonight. On the season, 5 for 22. Has a couple of doubles and a home run to his credit, 5 RBIs. As he looks to extend that here with runners on second and third. Pioneers looking for 1 more out. This has been a rough start for Elmira. The wind and the pitch. Taken. And that one missed. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As getting back set, Logan Jones delivers. Taken again, a little bit high, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the first. The pitch from Jones, cut on, popped up. This one heading into right field. The right fielder calling off everyone and makes the grab. So the 3rd out of the inning. But the Pioneers allow 2 runs to reach home. And the Jamestown Tarp Skunks take a 2-0 lead to the bottom of the first. We'll be back after this here on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, and again, I'm sorry, not sure why these commercials aren't coming through for our folks on the YouTube feed, but, well, they just aren't right now. So my apologies for that as we get set for the Pioneers to come up to the plate. First batter going to be Jeff Mejia, who's doing the designated hitting. Brandon Dema, the leadoff pitcher for the Tarp Skunks, has appeared in just one game, thrown one inning, had 2 bases on balls, and 1 strikeout, facing just 5 batters. So we'll see what Mejia can do here as he steps in. Mejia, again, just recently joining the team. And, well, as a returner from 2 years ago, certainly has made an impact very quickly, batting .300, 3 for 10 so far in his 2021. The pitch to Mejia is taken for a strike. So, 0-1 the count. Bottom of the first. Pioneers looking to replicate the success the Tarp Skunks had there in the top in their first strike again, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, as Jeff Mejia will step back in. He's looking to get on base here. The pitch taken for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Catcher thought he had that one as Dema going back to work. Again, just his second appearance of the year, his first start. The wind and the pitch. Cut on by Mejia. He goes down on strike. So, Dema off to a quick start here after the Tarp Skunks had some success the other night against the Pioneers lineup. Now comes in Donovan Montgomery. As I've been saying all season, Donovan has been a huge part of the Pioneers offense. 17 for 46, 370 batting average, a couple of doubles, a triple, 6 RBIs. He'd love to get things started for the Pios here tonight. Well, this afternoon, I guess, rather, as that pitch is in there for a strike right down the middle. 0-1 the count, as Dema not wasting any time, coming right after these Pioneers, attacking them right through the zone. The pitch, cut on and fouled back. That will hit the roof, and that means it's time for us to remind you to make the right decision. Insist on our good friends at Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So, no balls, 2 strikes. As I said, Dema quickly working here as he's coming right at the plate. The pitch is taken, bounces in there for a ball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If he can conserve the pitch count, he can go deep into the game. Pioneers are going to have to put some bats on balls, however. As the pitch in there and a swing, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the bottom of the first. That's going to bring up Cam Hill out of Auburn. Hill so far this season, the second best hitter on the Pioneers, 17 for 48, 354. Double, triple, home run to his credit. That home run actually came back against Jamestown. That was, however, out there in Jamestown, as that pitch is high and tight, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count, as the Pioneers waiting. The pitch to Hill, inside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, as Cam Hill looking to go back to work here. Pioneers have yet to have a base hit here in just their third batter. The pitch swung on and missed, 2-1. As both of the first 2 hitters tonight struck out here on a beautiful Father's Day afternoon. Getting set. The pitch again. Inside corner, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a Tioga Down showdown. As again, Hill gets set. The pitch, cut on and fouled off. So, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 more time. As Hill looks out. Again, a strong start here for Brandon Dema as he goes right back to work. The pitch taken outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. First time with the full count here today, as Hill looking to extend the bottom of the first inning. Hill waiting. Dema has his sign. Delivers. Cut on, drilled over the head of the first baseman. Cam Hill's going to get a base hit as that rolls out to the right fielder. And that's going to bring up Bobby Marsh. Still 2 outs in the inning. Pioneers looking for some 2-out magic. As stepping in, Bobby Marsh. Marsh headed to Florida Atlantic University in the fall. So this is the third left-hander that Dema's going to face. So far, a strikeout and a base hit. As getting set, Dema taking a look. The pitch. Taken low, gets away from the catcher. 1 ball, no strikes. As Cam Hill checking around. Marsh today playing first base. Hill standing over there on first, the extra hitter. Again, the other night against Jamestown, Hill certainly made an impact, going 6 innings before giving up a run. The pitch. Bounced in there again, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. Pioneers trying to keep it alive. If Marsh can reach, Petre would be the next man up. Getting set. Marsh waiting on his next pitch. The wind, the delivery. Taken for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count. As Elmira trying to keep things moving along here. Would love to bring around Hill, cut this deficit. 2-0 right now in favor of the Tarpskunks, as Hill was barely a foot off the bag. And, well, always interesting to see how the pitchers approach runners on the base pass as Dema faked the throw over. So, getting set again. Dema checking on Hill. He will come home with it. That pitch is in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. Bottom of the first inning. Stepping back in, Marsh takes a long look. Waits on the pitch from Dema. He throws over to first instead, and no chance to get Cam Hill. He was back in plenty of time. 2-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, a 2-0 Tarpskunks lead. As again, checking on the runner, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and miss, strike 3. So, Dema doesn't get the 1-2-3 inning, but he does strike out the side. As we head for the top of the second, the Elmira Pioneers trailing 2-0. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com and live on YouTube. All right, and with that, we are back here live on Mixler.com and YouTube Live as the Tarp Skunks come back up to the plate. Leading things off going to be Corey Blackburn, the right fielder here tonight. Batting .235, he's 4 for 17, has 1 RBI. The pitch, taken for a strike, 0-1. So, Jamestown with that 2-0 lead. Pioneers going to be looking for a quick inning here in the top of the second. The pitch, cut on, drilled out there towards center field. And Erickson makes the grab. So, a quick out on just 2 pitches. Much better start than in the top of the first. So you have to imagine manager Andrew Drum had some words for his hurler when he came back. As Jones trying to settle in here. Kevin Koziel will step in, the catcher. As he gets set for the first pitch, in there, swinging. He was looking to put that one in the shamong. Koziel this year, 2 for 10. Does have a home run to his credit. The pitch, outside and keeping it in front of him. A smart play there by the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. As again, it's 2-0 right now. The wind and the pitch from Logan Jones. In there for strike 2, 1-2. And Koziel didn't like the call. Always more interesting when you have a catcher up there. They really pick apart that zone, and you wonder how the umpire takes to that. As getting back set, the pitch, outside, 2-2. 2 ball, 2 strike, 1 out. As the Pioneers trying to, again, get through an inning quickly here as that pitch drilled out there towards foul territory. That will get foul. 2-2 one more time here. Only 1 out. As the Pioneers, Logan Jones trying to find his pacing. Got the first out in just 2 pitches. As the pitch, cut on, drilled towards the third baseman. That gets by the shortstop and into the outfield for a single. So with 1 out, this the second hit of the game for the Tarp Skunks as Koziel makes his way to first base. And that'll bring up Chase Carlson, the third baseman. Carlson this year, batting .167, 6 for 36, has a triple to his credit. We've certainly seen his speed on the base pass as he steps in. Jones now with more base runners to deal with here. The pitch, cut on and missed. Heavy cuts here. I don't know what Jamestown saw in the first inning, but they certainly want to get after that first pitch. No balls, 1 strike. Getting back set. The the runner going as the throw down to second. Not going to be in time, so a stolen base will move the runner along. That was a strike, so 0-2. But a stolen base for Koziel as Carlson now is out of danger of the double play. Jones checks on the runner again. The wind and the pitch. Bounced that one in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. After Carlson, the top of the order will come back up. Hayden Hunt, who doubled to start off the game last inning. Carlson waits. Long look from Jones back at the runner at second. Certainly dirtied up that uniform quite a bit. The pitch, outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As the Elmira Pioneers still having some trouble getting through quick innings. Here in the top of the second, it has been a rough start for Logan Jones. The pitch, high again, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, just the 1 out. Runner standing on second base. As Carlson with that runner in scoring position. Jones checking on the runner. Again, no fielder really over there to make a play. The pitch is off the outside corner, ball 4. And that means with 1 out, there will be runners on first and second. That is the 3rd base on balls here so far. as Hayden Hunt comes back up. As I said, he started off the game with a double. As Jones gets a talking to from Gil Murad, who heads back behind the plate. Just the one out, but now there is runners at first and second base. So double play back in order is the positive for the Pios at this point. The pitch from Jones. High, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 count. As Elmira Gun needs some hits. They had some trouble the other night back in Jamestown. Were unable to get anything going as a quick check on the runner back at second. Pitre was moving over that way. As now Jones checking in on Hunt again. Hunt hit that screamer out into left center. The pitch. Off the outside corner again, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes for Hayden Hunt. So we have just barely gotten started here. Jones, the pitch. Taken, that one on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Hayden Hunt stepping back in. As Jones checks on the runner. Emmeline Pitre right back there near second. Now he'll retreat as that one is off the outside corner again, 3-1. Everybody knows to work the count right now, it seems. So, the pitch. Cut on. This one popped up. Maybe playable. The first baseman has a read on it. He's trying to get there and will make the catch. Runner off from second. Quick throw over to third is not in time. So, the Pioneers get their second out of the inning. But the runner from second moves 90 feet from home. And now there are runners at the corners. That's going to bring up Mark Tucker. Tucker, who struck out in his first at-bat. As the Pioneers trying to put up a 0 here in the top of the second. Not going to be an easy task. Runners stand at first and third. Carlson reached on the base on balls. Kazil, who now stands at third, reached on a single. The pitch. Off the outside corner, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. As again, after already having batted around the order, the Tarp Skunks are threatening again. Throw over to first as they've got the man caught in a rundown. Can't make the tag, and they dropped the ball there. Kaziel was not able to get home either. As a lot of talking, Andrew Drum saying he ran outside the base paths, and I'm not sure he's wrong. You can see the indication as now they're going to conference about this. I think Andrew Drum has a point. As Drum will retreat to his baseline, or no, they're sending him even further back. As I believe he's right. I think he stepped out of the baseline to avoid the tag. As we'll wait to see. This conversation taking a little while. I think, as I said, I think he stepped out of the baseline, which is an automatic out. So we'll see what the umpires decide after convening here. Logan Jones pacing. Look as he calls him safe, and Andrew Drum is going to have his peace of mind with the umpire out there on the field. Can't blame him for yelling. He's saying he came out of the baseline. He only gets to walk the baseline, but the infield umpire is, I don't think there's any explanation that Andrew Drum would get that he would be happy with. So, Drum returning to his dugout. And this is just unfortunate for the Pioneers, who are already down 2-0. So, Well, I mean, the footprint was right there. That's what Andrew Drum was pointing to. As now they go back to facing off with the batter. The pitch, runner is off and going. Throw down to second is in time, and that will do it for the inning. So no run will cross. And as we head for the bottom of the second, the Pioneers managed to put up the 0 after a little bit of trouble with the second and third batter. So Pioneers do get out of it. We will take a break and come back with the Pioneers coming back to the plate. You're listening to Elmira Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right, and with that, the Pioneers will come up to bat as Emmeline Petre steps up. The Pioneers will be looking to get something started here as after a base running issue, the Pioneers do manage to get out of danger. First pitch to Petre, in there for a strike, 0-1. So, Pioneers bench has not been happy with the calls so far here tonight. The pitch, inside, 1-1. As now, Petre digging back in. As he waits, the wind and the pitch. Taken for strike 2, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Emmeline Petre. Going back to get it. Again, a successful start by Dema. As I said, just one appearance so far on the year, only 1 inning pitch. Now getting his first start of the year. He has worked very quickly as he bounces that one in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Dema gets set. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Nobody out. The pitch hits Petre, and he will head to first base. So, that will put the very first runner on base here in the second inning. Or the very first batter, my apologies. Dom Popa will be the next man up. Popa this year batting .268, 11 for 41 with a couple of doubles. Does have 2 RBIs to his credit as well. As Popa takes a couple of practice hacks. A lot of lefties in the lineup today. It's kind of funny as the Pioneers started the season, every single guy but one would be right-handed. And now here today, the left-handers have the advantage, to say the least. The pitch to Popa, taken for a ball. 1-0. As now Dema trying to get started here. He's got a 2-run lead to work with, as the Pioneers have just 1 hit so far. The pitch from Dema is bounced in there. Off and going is Petre. Petre slides in. He is going to be in time, so a stolen base for Emmeline Petre. So 2 balls, no strikes the count. As Petre earns himself a spot down at second base with his base running ability after getting plunked to start off the inning. 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody out so far. As the Pioneers, now with a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight. The pitch, inside, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. First base is open. We'll see what next pitch looks like from Dema. Dema getting set. Checks on the runner back at second. The pitch. Taken inside. Ball 4. 4 straight pitches will put Dom Popa down on first base via the base on balls. That's going to bring up Chris Erickson, who's certainly known for his speed on the base pass. So far this season for Chris Erickson, 317 average, 13 for 41. 3 stolen bases already. Has been caught stealing 1 time. As he'll check with his manager. Tying run now stands on first base. As we sit here in the bottom of the second inning. Tarp Skunks looking to keep everyone right where they are. Erickson looked to lay down a bunt. He's going to get called for a strike there. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike as Erickson trying to move the runners along. Would love to put the first run of the afternoon over there on third base and setting it up potentially for Justin Taylor. As Erickson takes a look, he's brought both of the outside infielders in on the grass. As Erickson gets set, the wind and the pitch. Takes that one, it bounces away, and that will send the runners anyway. So the bunt was unsuccessful, but on the pass ball, the runners do advance to second and third. So on the pass ball, that moves Petre and Popa, and now it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Chris Erickson. Now we'll see if they go back to the bunt trying to squeeze here. I'd be a little surprised as Andrew Drum hasn't shown that tendency so far this season. Erickson waits. The pitch. Cut on by Erickson. Popped up over there towards second base. The second baseman has the read into the shadow, but he makes the catch, as that will be the first out here in the bottom of the second inning. That brings up Justin Taylor, the third baseman. As Taylor comes up. So far this season, batting .200, 5 for 25. Has scored 4 times himself. Does have a double to his credit. And 4 walks. So, again, most of the Pioneers very patient up there at the plate. Taylor certainly not known for bunting, but both of the corner infielders are in on the grass anyway. As the pitch. Taken inside, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 very quickly here, as the Pioneers looking for a base hit that would drive in 1 or maybe both runs. Popa, known for a little bit of speed out there on the base pass. As again, getting back set. Dema checks on Popa, and now will deliver. Cut on, drilled down the left field line, but that one's going to get foul. So, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a Tioga Down showdown. Stepping back in, Taylor. Taking a look. Pioneers would love to just get a base hit here. They had some trouble getting hits the other night against Jamestown in Jamestown. As a long look. The pitch. Bounced up there. Kept in front of him. So 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count. Every runner back to his bag. As Taylor looking for a sign from his third base coach, manager Andrew Drum. He waits. Coming back and settling. Dema looks back towards the man at second. And now the pitch. Inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1. As now Taylor, a chance to load the bases here, as Aaron Thomas would be set up. We'll see what Jamestown does here, if Dema comes after his man or gives him the free base. The pitch from Dema, cut on and fouled away, 3 ball, 2 strike count. 3-2-1 up on the scoreboard. As now Taylor running through what he can expect from Dema. Dema has not had to throw a ton of pitches so far in the first 2 innings. but has certainly worked the pitch count here a little bit better in the second inning, have the Pioneers. Demma gets set out there on the mound. The pitch. Cut on and missed as Taylor goes down. That one a little too high, but he went down swinging anyway. So that will bring up Aaron Thomas, the left fielder. And with 2 outs now, the Pioneers will need a base hit. So Thomas stepping in. Righty versus lefty. Again, a little surprising. The Pioneers have been left-handed heavy tonight, especially with a left-handed hurler out of the starting lineup for the Tarp Skunks. The pitch. Taken high, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Taylor comes in here looking to create some havoc. He's batting .200, 5 for 25. Does have a double to his credit. This Jamestown outfield, though, nothing to sneeze at. They can get all over the place out there. The pitch. Taken. Throw down to third. Not nearly in time. 2 balls, no strikes. Interesting thought to throw down there, as Koziel must have seen something he didn't like. Not really sure what happened, as the third baseman way off the bag. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Well, there's definitely some pollen in the air. You can see it right in front of the camera there, as again the throw from Demma is taken right down the middle. Strike 1, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Pioneers trying to keep this half inning alive. Taylor looking for something he can drive one way or the other. Getting back set. Demma checks on the runner at second. He fires it home. Cut on by Taylor. Popped up. This one into shallow left. Shortstop comes back. The left fielder comes on and makes the grab. The Pioneers will strand runners at second and third as we head to the top of the third. And the Pioneers go back to the field. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, we are back here on Mixlr.com. Logan Jones coming out for another inning of work, as coming up, Mark Tucker, whose at-bat was interrupted via the attempted stolen base. But a nice play there from the catcher, Gil Murad. Certainly timed it perfectly, had everything working in his favor as he goes back to work here. And Jones be looking to get something started here. The pitch from Logan Jones, cut on and fouled away, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here in the top of the third inning. Again, the Pioneers looking for quick innings here. They haven't gotten one yet, as Demma tight-roped out of danger in the bottom of the second, but again, No Pioneers runs crossing the plate as of yet. 0-2 on a big cut there from Tucker. Tucker did strike out swinging back in the top of the first. They'd love to see him do it again here in the top of the third. The pitch. A little bit inside, according to the man in black behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As the pitcher would have liked to get that call. Jones gets set. The pitch. That one's in there for a strikeout looking. As the Pioneers will start off the inning the right way. Took them just 4 pitches to get there. As now coming up, Luke Turner, who walked and made his way around. So, quickly again. Turner was the second run back in the top of the first inning. The first pitch, high and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Turner ducking out of the way on that one. Again, Turner, the second best hitter on the team, as that one's high and inside again, 2-0. As Pioneers, hoping their starter can find his rhythm. The pitch from Jones, in there for ball 3, 3-0. So some trouble again to start off this inning. The Elmira Pioneers really struggling early, as that's ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk. So 1 out and a man stands now on first base. That's the second time this game Luke Turner has earned himself a free pass. That's going to bring up Danny Hosley. Hosley, who grounded towards the shortstop. The throw over to second did not work out, as an attempted double play became an E4 that ended up allowing both runners to be safe. So 1 ball, no strikes. 5 straight balls now for Jones. A successful strikeout looking back to the first batter here in the inning. As now Jones finds the strike zone again. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. Top of the third inning. Already 1 out. Possibly looking for the ground ball double play if they can find it. The pitch cut on, drilled out there towards right field. Nobody's going to track that one down as it gets into the bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 for Logan Jones. He's in 2 starts. He's had a little bit of trouble, but has managed to find some success as well, keeping the earned runs down as he sets back up. The pitch from Jones, outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner standing on first base after a 4-pitch walk. As Hosley trying to get on base as well. Shadows creeping into the infield. Not sure what that's from, but again, the pitch high and tight. 3-2. So Jones really being squeezed down there. As Hosley trying to work himself on base as well. So far tonight, 4 walks. This has been a rough night at the plate as Jones delivers. Cut on and missed. The throw down to second is in time and the tag is applied. So a strike him out, throw him out, double play, and the Pioneers will head for the bottom of the third after stranding nobody. A beautiful play there as now we head to the bottom of the third. Pioneers still trailing 2-0. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball here on Mixlr.com. My apologies, folks. We will cut off that commercial as the Pioneers head back for the plate. Gil Murad will get his first at bat of the afternoon. Murad comes up this season. He is, batting 143, 5 for 35, has 3 runs to his credit as well as 2 RBIs. No extra base hits for the catcher so far. As again, back out to the mound. We'll see what Dema can do as he faces the 10th batter and then goes back to the top of the order. That ball eats up the catcher a little bit. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count as Dema trying to get back to work here. Pioneers trailing 2-0. They need to get something going. They trail the Tarpskunks by 1 game as Murad hits that out towards second base, gets over the second baseman's head, and a single for Gil Murad will be the second hit of the ball game for the Pioneers. So, that brings up Jeff Mejia. Mejia stepping in. As another attempt here. As stepping in, Dema. Taking a long look at the left-handed, well, today, designated hitter. He's been the center fielder for the last few games. The check on the runner over at first. The pitch. Taken. Ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out yet as Gil Murad has reached and is safe over there first. Again, Murad not known for the base steal, but certainly not incapable of it either. Catcher out of Ithaca College. The pitch. Cut on by Mejia and in there for strike 1. 1-1, my apologies. 1 ball, 1 strike. As again, as Dema taking a look, the pitch bounced up there again and kept in front of him. 2 balls, 1 strike. I do want to apologize as it was just pointed out in the YouTube chat that the advertisements are not working, so my apologies again. If you're listening on Mixler.com, you have no idea what I'm talking about because you're hearing them loud and clear. Some sort of technical issue. But again, we do appreciate you tuning in here live on YouTube and on Mixler.com. The pitch taken for ball 3, 3-1. So Mejia working the count as he struck out his first time up here in the bottom of the 3rd now, though. A 3-1 count. See if he can find his way on the base pass. As the pitch coming here from Dema is taken for ball 4, so the throw down to first was immaterial, as with nobody out, the Pioneers now have runners on first and second base. So a free pass for Jeff Mejia brings up Donovan Montgomery. As Montgomery coming up, he now has a runner in scoring position. Dema will have a visit from his manager, and as he does, we'll talk about what Donovan Montgomery has done with runners on base. He's had 22 at-bats in this situation, has 10 RBIs, and is batting .364 with runners on base. So Montgomery stepping up towards the plate. As we'll see what the Pioneers can do here. 2 runners on, nobody out. A huge, huge start for the Pioneers. I want to remind you all that Salen's hot dogs are the official hot dogs of your Elmira Pioneers, so make sure you stop on down the ballpark, get yourself a fresh Salen's hot dog. So, Dema will stay in the game. Fresh count, nobody out, 2 men on, as the Pioneers bring up Donovan Montgomery. First baseman way in on the infield grass. Montgomery does show bunt, gets it off, and that will get foul, so everybody back to their respective bases. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Nobody out as of yet. As again, 0-1 count. So, smart play there as they do signal dead ball. That did clearly roll over the foul line, so Montgomery will have to come back towards home plate. He struck out in the bottom of the first, my apologies. We'll see if he shows bunt again here. That brought in the third baseman as well. So an interesting play here as the pitcher will have to be off and going if Montgomery can throw another bunt down, and this one goes down the first base line. Could be interesting setup here as the wind and pitch from Dema taken inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Still nobody out here in this bottom of the third inning. The third and fourth really the part of the game where the Pioneers have really been successful. Certainly need a comeback here as they trail 2-0. The pitch from Dema, outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. As again, waiting. Looking for the next pitch as the check on the runner is second. Dema certainly taking his time out there. Back to second base goes Gil Murad, and the throw didn't even come down. So Dema takes a long look back towards Montgomery. Montgomery hasn't shown bunt the last 2 pitches, has actually taken 2 balls. 2-1 the count. The pitch from Dema, taken in there for a strike, and Montgomery doesn't like the call. Pioneers feeling like they've been pinched all game long, and the home fans certainly saying the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Montgomery, who struck out his first time up, is looking to put a ball in play. Everybody back off the infield grass as the first baseman back behind the runner. As the pitch comes in, bounces away. Everybody will be on the move. It gets back to the backstop, and the Pioneers will move to second and third, but that will also be ball 3. So, well, the bunt did not work, but the Pioneers runners have advanced with nobody out. So, for the second time in 2 innings, they have runners on second and third with nobody out. As now again, Pioneers still looking for their first run of the ball game. As Montgomery gets set, 3-2. Free base over there at first. We'll see what Dema does here. He checks on the runner. The pitch. Bounced in there, bounces away, and the catcher is down. Ball is still loose, so a run will come home. The man on first will be kept there as the Pioneers do manage to score one. As Gil Murad comes home, Montgomery earns his free pass, and now the catcher for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks trying to get stretched out as Kevin Cosiel walking around. He took that one off his upper thigh, I believe. He gets his helmet back and will... Actually, the way he's adjusting his cup, that may have been a little higher than the thigh. So a run comes home on the... Well, I guess you'd call it a wild pitch. Stepping in is Cam Hill looking to make some impact here. Back-to-back base on balls. As Dema trying to get going here. Very successful first 2 innings, but now the Pioneers threatening to tie up this game. Cam Hill has certainly the potential. As off and going is Montgomery. The throw down, and it hops up. It's safe at second base. So runners at second and third again with nobody out. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. As Hill, now a great chance if he can get a hold of something to give the Pioneers a lead. Montgomery showing his speed out there with the stolen base. Checks back on the runner. The pitch, cut on, drilled down the foul line. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. As again, Hill followed by Marsh and Petre if no double play is turned. Runners stand at second and third. If they can get it going, Pioneers can get a lead here. As that pitch is high and an outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 the count. As Elmira threatening here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. They wait. Dema checks on the runner, but no fielder anywhere close. The pitch cut on, drilled out there towards second base. This will score 1, and Montgomery heads to 3rd. So the first out of the inning will manage to score a run as Cam Hill gets himself an RBI. And now it's 2-2. Runner stands at 3rd base. Donovan Montgomery over there. As stepping in is Bobby Marsh. As Bobby Marsh steps in. Takes a look. Has a runner 90 feet from home. First out has been made here in the inning. It's a tie ball game now, 2-2. The pitch. Bounced in there and past the catcher. That's going to give the Pioneers the lead. As it's now 1-0 with 1 out. And that police siren is blaring. So, on the pass ball, Pioneers have a 3-2 lead. As Dema, who started off the game so hot in the 1st and 2nd inning, is struggling mightily out there now. The pitch. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. 3-2 in favor of the Pioneers. All 3 runs coming here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. As getting set, Dema takes a look. The pitch. Taken for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. As now, Marsh steps back in with the bases clear. See if he can get himself in the hit column. The pitch, cut on, drilled out there towards left. That is getting up and down in the field, off the wall, off the Arnett health sign. And that will be a stand-up double, as it's a 1-out hit that puts the Pioneers with a runner back in scoring position. Perfect connection by Bobby Marsh, putting it where the fielder ain't. Can't ask for more than that. A double as Emlyn Petre comes up. He was hit by a pitch last inning, but it looks like we're going to step aside. I believe we'll have a new pitcher to tell you about when we come back. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, Emlyn Petre heading up to the plate. Ryan Rafalski comes in. He's got a 1.64 ERA, a win. He's appeared in 4 games, 2 starts, 11 innings pitched, 11 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, and 5 base on balls, but with 9 strikeouts. So we'll see what Rafalski can do here against this Pioneers lineup. Again, they were off to a little bit of a slow start, a good start for Dema. But now Dema's given up 3 runs and is on the hook for 1 more, standing back at second base. The Pioneers have seen Rafalski a time or two, as this one is drilled, and that will get foul into the parking lot, which means it's another time to remind you, make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So Rafalski coming in. Petre trying to move that runner around as we wait. 0-1. The pitch taken on the outside corner, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Petre, in his first time up, was hit by a pitch, made it all the way to third, but couldn't reach home last inning. As now Petre pauses, takes the check, the pitch taken off the outside corner, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. The Pioneers, 3 runs on 3 hits. On the other side, the Jamestown Tarpskunks, 2 runs on 2 hits. Getting back set, Petre waits for the pitch. Rafalski checks on the runner as Marsh takes his lead. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. As Elmira trying to keep this inning going. A 3-2 lead over the Tarpskunks at the moment. Don't forget to hang with us in the in-between innings as the Pioneers will update you on the out-of-town scoreboard. The pitch cut on, fouled back. That one stays in the park. 2 ball, 2 strike count one more time. Some applause, so some lucky fan just ended up with a souvenir. 3-2 here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Pioneers have made the Tarpskunks go to the pen a little bit earlier than they would have liked. Dema started off very, very hot, but just couldn't finish the job here in the 3rd as he struggled a little bit with control. This one grounded by Petre, right back to his position, over the head as that one took a funny bounce off the lip. This is going to score the 4th run of the inning, and Petre will go to second base. Can't blame the second baseman on that one. They've got it awarded as a hit here, so wow. Pioneers getting going as Don Popa steps in. As now again, they award the hit. Popa steps in. He walked the last inning in the bottom of the 2nd. As Popa greets Rafalski. The pitch taken high and outside. 1 ball, no strike. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pioneers leading 4-2. All 4 runs coming here in the bottom of the 3rd. Looking at the runner on second, Petre takes his lead. The pitch outside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. As Popa trying to reach base. Chris Erickson would be due up next. As Popa settling in, 2-0 count. The pitch cut on and fouled back right to my left-hand side, and that makes me want to remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So, Rafalski greeted with kind of a strange play. He got the ground ball he was looking for, but hops over the second baseman's head. And I don't know what else you could have done if you're the second baseman. You read the play. The ball just bounced funny off that infield grass as that one's fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, 1 out. As Elmira has climbed out of a 2-0 deficit and now sits at a 4-2 lead. Getting back set. Ryan Rafalski running through his pitches in his mind, trying to figure out what he wants to throw here on a 2-2. Emlyn Petre takes his lead off of second base. He waits. The pitch. Popa cuts on it, drills it towards second again, and a rough play for the second baseman again! That will score another run as Petre comes around to score, and Popa stands on first base. So it's now 5-2 in favor of the Elmira Pioneers. Still just the one out. Rafalski has faced two batters. Both have driven in a run. As Erickson steps in. Chris Erickson looking to keep the hit parade going. The throw over to first. Not going to be in time as Popa was caught leaning but was able to get back. Erickson looking for his first at-bat here. 5-2 in favor of the Pioneers. Erickson waits. Rafalski delivers. Low and outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Pioneers going back to work. A long look. Rafalski checks on the runner at first. Popa has his lead. The pitch. Popa's off and going. That one's in there for a strike. And no throw. Popa gets to second base. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. So Popa reaches second just where he left himself last half inning. Or last full inning, my apologies. Pioneers have another runner in scoring position. Erickson awaits the pitch. Taken for ball 2, 2-1. See how dangerous Popa wants to be here. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Stands on second base. Chris Erickson waits on the pitch. 5-2 lead. Getting set. The fake back to second as no fielder anywhere close. 2-1. As the Pioneers trying to keep this half inning going. It is right where they want to be. The pitch inside, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As again, Elmira trying to put more runners on base. 3-1 count. The pitch from Rafalski is in and low. 5-pitch walk. As that will put runners on first and second base with 1 out. And again, that'll bring up Justin Taylor. Taylor struck out in the last inning in his first appearance. See what he can do here. So, 1 out. As again, Pioneers looking to go to work. Would certainly love to help themselves out here, give their pitcher a little more cushion. Have a 3-run lead right now, 5-2, all 5 runs coming here in the bottom of the third. A long look in from Rafalski. He's got the sign. Waits, delivers, taken for a ball, 1-0. So, Ryan Rafalski. Again, trying to find a rhythm. Talked about Logan Jones having a little trouble in the first inning. Has managed to put up 2-0 since. The pitch taken inside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, as Rafalski unable to find the zone now. Andrew Drum giving his hitter his sign. Taylor waiting. Justin Taylor takes a look. Out of Millersville, the pitch taken for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Taylor looking for his pitch. Would love to put something in play here. See if he can get Popa moving. Also, Erickson has speed over at first. The pitch taken for strike 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Justin Taylor trying to find a way to get these runners around. Bottom of the third inning. The check, the pitch, outside, 3-2, full count. Now we'll see what the runners decide to do. Andrew Drum over there giving some signals as Taylor waits. Rafalski deals, cut on and fouled away. 3-ball, 2-strike count one more time. Setting back up. 3-2, 1 out as Elmira trying to push themselves even further in the lead here. The pitch taken for ball 4, and that will load the bases with 1 out. So another base on balls, back-to-back base on balls, as Popa goes to third, Erickson goes to second, and Thomas comes to the plate. If he does anything but hit into a double play here, we will bat around here in the bottom of the third inning. So Thomas taking a look. 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Thomas waits. And again, Rafalski deals. Taken for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Stepping back in, Aaron Thomas, the left fielder today. He waits, the pitch. Cut on, drilled out there towards right center. That is going to get back against the fence. 1 run coming around, 2 runs coming around, the 3rd run coming around, and Thomas will pull into second base. As there's the throw, not in time. Thomas with a stand-up 3-run double. And it clears the bases. Now just a runner standing on second as it's 8-2 Pioneers. And with that, the Pioneers have officially batted around the order. Now up, Gil Murad. He led off this half inning a while ago. And now with an 8-2 lead, see what Murad does here. He's got a runner standing at second base. Murad looking sharply with the bat. We'll see the pitch. Taken for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Again, Aaron Thomas out there, he's got some speed. We'll see what they choose to do with him. As now, 3 RBIs on that last double. Cut on by Murad, drilled past the shortstop, and now heading around will head for home. Thomas gets in on a single as Gil Murad is second single of the inning, and it's another RBI. And that makes it 9-2 for the Pioneers. Stepping in, Jeff Mejia. Mejia had a base on balls earlier in this one. As now, timeout is called. We'll see if this is going to do it for the day on the pitcher. I can't imagine it will, as the man just headed down to the bullpen. But the conversation will take place here, and Jeff Mejia will come have a chat with Andrew Drum. The Pioneers put up 9 runs so far in this inning. Unbelievable. 9 runs in 1 inning, and they batted around as Mejia comes up for his 3rd time already here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is the 2nd time in the inning, but it's the 3rd time in the game, as I nod and smile at the scorekeeper, who clearly doesn't understand what I'm saying. So, 3rd time here in the game, as now the umpire is going to break up this powwow on the mound. So Mejia, well, they're pointing for some water, as the catcher looking for a drink for Rafalski, I believe. Again, getting stretched out in the bullpen. So they do bring a cup of water Actually, they're going to bring it up for the catcher. So Rafalski still having a chat with his manager. The umpire's out there. They look ready here for the next at bat, which is Jeff Mejia. So Mejia stepping in. Runner stands on first base. Mejia had a base on balls earlier in this inning. As the scorecard certainly looking interesting at this point. So Mejia will look to extend the inning further. Clean count. Throw over to first. Not in time as we reset. Pioneers only 7 hits but 9 runs. As Mejia waits. The pitch. Taken for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. As Mejia gets reset. The pitch from Rafalski. Coming here. Cut on and fouled back into the parking lot. We remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. If you're checking back in, yes, still the bottom of the 3rd. As getting set. A long look from Mejia. He waits, the pitch. High and outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still have a runner standing over there on second base. Or, excuse me, on first base. My apologies. Second single of the inning for Gil Murad, as that one's cut on and fouled back. 1-2 again. Mejia, who had a walk earlier in this bottom of the 3rd. Now we'll take a look. See what the Pios can do here. The runner over there on first base. Mejia waits. The wind, the pitch. Taken in there for strike 3. They say it caught the outside corner. So, 2 outs now for the Tarp Skunks. As Mejia goes down looking. And that'll bring up Donovan Montgomery. Reached on a base on balls, had a stolen base. Still has a runner standing on first base. See what the Pioneers can do here. Montgomery takes a long look. Rafalski checks on the runner at first. The pitch. Bounced up there. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. Pioneers still have a runner over there on first. As Montgomery taking his look. Getting set. The pitch from Rafalski. High, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. As now again. The Elmira Pioneers looking to keep the bottom of the 3rd alive. The pitch. Taken for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Montgomery steps back in. As again, there is someone warming in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. Pioneers did have someone up in their bullpen as well. The pitch taken on the inside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A Tioga down showdown. Montgomery going to have to be defensive up here at the plate. The umpire settles back in. Rafalski gets set. The pitch. Taken for strike 3 looking. And that will finally end the bottom of the 3rd. We head for the top of the 4th. Pioneers 9, Tarp Skunks 2. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. So Logan Jones heads out for the top of the fourth inning as Johnny Camps heads up for the plate. Camps so far this season, 6 for 29, 207. You have to imagine that this has taken a toll on the Tarp Skunks, seeing 9 runs put up in the last half inning. I apologize. I know I said we'd get to that out-of-town scoreboard. We will get there in just a moment as, again, out to work, Logan Jones. He certainly has to be more comfortable now as he throws high, 1 ball, no strikes. So, 1-0 here in the top of the fourth. Pioneers looking for a quick half inning as the pitch taken for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike as the Elmira Pioneers have a 9-2 lead after a very, very long bottom of the third. Getting set. Jones delivers. Taken for strike 2, 1-2. And they don't like the call as Camps turns his back quickly. So, Camps to be followed by DiMaggio Cazares and Justin Bowers in this half inning. If anyone is to reach, Corey Blackburn will come up. That one off the outside corner, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. As Logan Jones going to work here. His 4th inning of work. Jones gets set. He delivers. In there for strike 3 looking. And the Pioneers get the first. As now some arguing. A lot of yelling from the batters. He heads back to the dugout. As now everybody yelling at the umpire. Have to see how long he's willing to take that. As DiMaggio Cazares comes up. Cazares, 281 on the year, 9 for 32. The pitch from Jones, cut on and popped up back here over the booth. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1 the count. 0-1 as Jones goes back to work. Looking to cut off Cazares here. The pitch, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a Tioga down showdown. As again, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jones gets set. The pitch. And a little half swing. They want to check with the umpire at first, and they say he swung, so 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one bounced back towards the cage, but again, Cazares was committing on that one. 1-2 the count. As Logan Jones trying to go back to work here. Love to get another punch out. The wind and the pitch from Jones. High. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2. As the middle innings have begun. Getting back set. The pitch. Outside. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As the Pios. Again, looking for a quick inning. Jones having to run up the pitch count again as cut on, drilled towards third. Played off a 2-hopper, thrown down to first, and in plenty of time. So, 5-3. Cazares is down, and now Justin Bowers will come up. Bowers batting .227. 5 for 22, a couple of doubles, and a long ball to his credit. So far tonight, however, flew out to the right fielder. Bowers taking a long look. He sets the pitch from Logan Jones. In there for a strike, 0-1. So, no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. The line and the pitch from Jones bounced up there, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 count. As the Pioneers trying to get through this one, put another 0 up there. The pitch from Jones, high and tight, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 9-2 here on a Father's Day afternoon. Jones gets set. He delivers. Cut on and fouled back. That will get out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As Jones looking for that final strike, get himself out of this top of the 4th inning. Manager Andrew Drum certainly able to be a little more confident now with a 7-run lead. The pitch. Bounced up there, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes as they retrieve the ball that bounced off of Gil Murad. Glad to see he's doing okay out there. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Looking for one more. Logan Jones sets. The pitch. Cut on. Dribbled down to third. Scooped up. Thrown over. No! It gets by the first baseman. Goes all the way to the fence. As not going to hold there. He goes all the way to third base on the error. So with 2 outs, now the Tarp Skunks have a runner at third. So reaching on an error was Justin Bowers. And that will bring up Corey Blackburn. Blackburn, who's flown out to center, comes up now. So far on the season for Blackburn, .235 hitter, 4 for 17. Does have an RBI. Be looking to add a second here. A runner just 90 feet from home. As now, Blackburn steps in. See what the Pioneers hurler can do. Logan Jones right into his windup. The pitch, high and tight, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As Jones resets. Throws that one in there. That one popped up, should be playable. Right fielder has a beat, heading for foul territory. He will make the grab, and that will do it, leaving a runner stranded as we head for the bottom of the 4th. The Pioneers will head back to the plate. Don't forget, they're very apt at scoring in back-to-back innings. Before we take our break, we look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Batavia Muck Dogs 5, Niagara Power 0 in the top of the 7th. Geneva Red Wings 0, Auburn Doubledays 3, bottom of the 3rd. Top of the 3rd, Utica Blue Sox 5, Watertown Rapids 1. Later on tonight, the Mohawks and the Diamond Dogs will take part in a matchup, and the Stallions and the Dragons also set to take place starting at 7 o'clock. With that being said, we'll be back here on Mixlr.com and YouTube Live. All right, and with that being said, we are back here live on YouTube and on Mixlr.com. Brand new pitcher to tell you about, Dane Padarnos. He's appeared in 2 games, has pitched just 1 inning, has given up 2 hits, had a couple of strikeouts. His opponent's batting average is .500. So we'll have to see what the Pioneers can do here. They'll certainly be looking to keep things going after that last, well, they batted around the order, let's put it that way, as Cam Hill will step up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So Hill set to lead things off. A little bit of a rough throw there from the catcher, as the second baseman couldn't quite track it down. Cam Hill comes up. The Pioneers lead 9-2 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. As now the Pioneers looking to keep things going as they get set. Up at the plate, Padarnos, his first batter, will be a heck of a player out of Auburn. Cam Hill, as I said earlier, he's the second best hitter on the team. 17 for 48. Earlier, however, he had a ground out RBI. That was just in half inning ago, as he also has singled here tonight. Hill, one of the only batters not to reach base last inning, as he cuts on that one and drills it foul, 0-1. Luckily, he gets that one past the bullpen and into the picnic area. Don't forget, if you're looking to have a great time at an Elmira Pioneers game this summer, bring your group of 10 or more for a picnic. Call the office for details, 734-2690. The pitch from Padarnos, cut on and fouled back right to my left-hand side, 0-2. So Hill is coming up here to make some contact, as he was the only one not to last inning. Bottom of the fourth, Pioneers up 9-2, a 7-run lead. As they get set, the pitch hits Cam Hill, and he will go to first. So Cam Hill gets the hit by pitch, and that will bring up Bobby Marsh. Marsh, who had a double last inning, coming up. Has a little fun going on at the ball, or coming up to the plate, as Marsh steps in. Again, had a big double last inning, keeping things going. Now a runner stands on first as the clouds begin to come in overhead. Getting set, a long look and a pitch from Padarnos is outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As the Elmira Pioneers, holding this 9-2 lead, would love to score in back-to-back innings again. They've done it a lot this season. The pitch from Padarnos, in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. As again, stat line tells the story. Pioneers, 9 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. The stat line on the top side, 2 runs, 2 hits for the Jamestown Tarpskunks. The pitch, high, 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. Cam Hill was able to work the count a little bit before he was plunked, hit by a pitch. And now, the Pioneers' first baseman, Bobby Marsh, fresh out of high school, getting ready to head down to Florida Atlantic University. The pitch, cut on and missed, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first hasn't moved much here. Cam Hill, again, not known for his base stealing, my apologies. As Marsh gets set. The pitch from Padarnos. In the dirt, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So, matching his number with the count, 3-2. Nobody out here, bottom of the fourth inning. Pioneers looking to get the bases moving again. Marsh waits. The pitch, cut on and missed, as that will be a swinging strike. And that will be the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. As Emilyn Petre comes up, had a double himself. As he gets set. And again, the Pioneers, a heck of a bottom of the third, would love to keep some of that magic going here in the bottom of the fourth. Long look in as Petre gets set. The pitch, taken for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to the Canadian prospect. He is getting set for a trip down to Kentucky to participate with the University of Kentucky program that's had some success with Pioneers in the past, as Trey Harmon, just a graduate down there. 2-0 to Petre. As it begins to look a little bit darker here at historic Dunfield. We're just nearing the 6 o'clock hour. Coming back set, the pitch. 3-0, 3 balls, no strikes. And we'll see what they have in mind for Cam Hill, who was hit by a pitch earlier in this half inning. So, 3 balls, no strikes. Petre likely taking all the way, as that is in there for a strike, 3-1. No real surprise there, as again, Petre heads back to the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch, cut on and missed by Petre, 3-2. He put everything he had into that swing. So Petre stepping back in. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner still standing on first base. The look towards first. The pitch. Cut on and missed again. Petre goes down swinging. So 2 outs. As Dom Popa comes up. Had a single in the last inning there. So 2 outs. Popa stepping in. As the Pioneers taking a look. As the pitch bounced in there. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. As the sun is certainly being hidden right now. A long look, 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. High and outside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pioneers trying to keep the positives moving on the batting average, as that's high again, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Certainly driving up the pitch count, as Dane Padarnos keeps trying to get the Pioneers to chase, as that's in there for ball 4. So 4 straight pitches earns a 2-out walk as Popa heads down, and here comes Chris Erickson. Erickson, who earned himself a walk an inning ago. Love to get the bat on the ball here and see if he can drive in a couple of runs as Erickson settles in. Erickson steps up to the plate. And now Padarnos facing a right-handed batter as a left-handed pitcher. The pitch taken in there for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Erickson waits. Set, and the pitch taken on the outside corner, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Erickson waits. Long look back. Padarnos goes to work. Cut on and missed. Erickson goes down swinging, and they'll strand 2 base runners as we head for the top of the 5th. The Elmira Pioneers lead 9-2. We'll be back after this. All right, and with that, we are back here live on YouTube and on Mixler.com. A brand new pitcher to tell you about, as out there on the mound getting worked out is Ethan Buckley. Buckley's appeared in 3 games so far this season, has a 4.5 ERA, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, and 2 bases on balls. So the Pioneers send out a new pitcher as a heck of an effort out of the starter. Logan Jones gets through 4 full. And Buckley will now go to work. Getting a little dark here in the afternoon sky. I know we did have some rain threatening earlier on. We'll see if that comes to pass here. Just a reminder, you have to get through 5 innings, well, 4.5 innings, to count as a complete game should the rain begin. As now again, Buckley gets the ball. He will face off against Kevin Cosiel. So Cosiel gets set. And right back to work. Here comes Buckley. His first pitch of the game is delivered. Cut on right back up the middle. Montgomery ranges over. He picks it up, throws to first. In time! They get the first out here on the first pitch. Ethan Buckley throws. So, top of the 5th starts off with a bit of a bang as a 6-3 putout. Chase Carlson comes up. So far tonight, reached on a base on balls and was caught stealing. Carlson comes in, top of the 5th inning here. The pitch from Buckley. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. The pitch. Cut on and missed, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a Tioga down showdown. Now again, the pitch. Cut on, drilled out there towards shallow right. That's going to get down for a base hit and quickly tossed back in. So 1 out and now a base runner. Just the 3rd hit of the afternoon for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. That's going to bring up Hayden Hunt. Hunt, who has doubled and popped out to the first baseman. He'll step in here. As again, 1 out. Pioneers looking to get out of this top of the 5th. The pitch. Taken for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Getting back set, Ethan Buckley has his sign. Throws over to first and not in time. Good nab there by Marsh to keep that ball in front of him. As again, quick look, the pitch from Buckley is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, a Tioga down showdown. Getting back set. Buckley delivers the pitch. And that one missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Dunfield faithful do not like the call. As now again, Buckley waits. The throw over to first is not in time again. As the throw back over to Buckley. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Buckley resets on the mound. He pitches. The bunt is laid over. The third baseman scoops up, throws in time. So the bunt pays off, moves the runner to second. But it will be an out for Hunt, as that will bring up Mark Tucker, who has struck out in his 2 plate appearances today, once swinging, once looking. So 2 outs. Pioneers looking to get out of this top of the 5th. The pitch. Taken. Strike 1. 0-1. As now again, Carlson standing on second base. The Tarp Skunks looking to do something here. That one's... I'm not sure where that missed, and Buckley's not either. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. As Buckley settles. Checks on the runner. The pitch. Cut on, drilled back up the middle. Play for Petre is made. Thrown over to first in plenty of time. There's the final out of the half inning. And we head for the bottom of the 5th. Just having a little trouble there. Bottom of the 5th. It's 9-2 Pioneers. When we come back, Pio's back up to the dish. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com. As we get set here, the bottom of the 5th inning. Some dark clouds have certainly rolled in. We'll see if anything comes of that. But again, the Pioneers head back to the plate as Justin Taylor steps up. So Taylor stepping up to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 9-2 Pioneers. As they take a look. The pitch. Delivered low, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. We were told to expect some storms today. Haven't seen much of anything. It's been a beautiful Father's Day here at historic Dunfield as we move into the bottom part of the 5th. The pitch. Gets through the catcher, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 count as Justin Taylor trying to go to work here. Taylor, back in that big inning, had a base on balls. Also struck out back in the 2nd. So a look here. The pitch. Bounced in there again. 3 balls, no strikes. As the Tarp Skunks trying to get going here. Waiting. The wind and the pitch. Bounced up there again. Ball 4. 4 straight pitches earns a walk for Taylor. Taylor's 2nd walk of the afternoon. As that'll bring up Aaron Thomas. Thomas stepping up towards the plate. Taking a couple of practice swings here as he looks down and gets a sign from the third base coach. He waits as the wind and the pitch. Low again, ball 5. 5 straight balls now. As Pioneers trying to get things figured out here against Padronos, as that's in there for a strike. So, started off the inning not exactly positive, as now he gets that first strike. Already a runner standing on first base, as now Thomas, who had a big 3-run double, is looking to add on to that. He takes strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Tarp Skunks trailing 9-2 as the Pioneers put up a 9 spot in the 3rd inning. The pitch. Taken for a ball. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As again, the lights begin to come on here at historic Dunfield. Just 6:13 in the afternoon. The pitch. Cut on and miss, strike 3. So there's the first out of the bottom of the 5th. As Gil Murad will step up. Murad, who had a couple singles back in that bottom of the 3rd. Got an RBI on his 2nd. Murad stepping right back in. So, Murad looks. The pitch. Taken for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, a long look. Murad waits. The pitch. Taken high, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a Tioga Down showdown. 9-2 lead for the Elmira Pioneers. The check. The runner off and going as that pitch taken for a ball. Easily stolen there. So, 2 balls, 1 strike. As the Pioneers now have a runner in scoring position as a 2-1 count to Gil Murad. So Murad could drive in another run if he can get something off the bat. He takes a strike, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 man out. Murad waiting. The pitch. Outside, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Padernos trying to find the put-away pitch. Paderno steps back on the mound, taking a look. Gil Murad looking at the runner on second. The pitch taken for ball 4, and he will go down to first. So with 1 out, now runners stand on first and second base. So 2 bases on balls to start the bottom of the 5th with a strikeout in between. That'll bring up Jeff Mejia, who has walked and struck out twice today. So some wind blowing up through the booth here. As Mejia looking to make contact. 2 strikeouts so far tonight. The pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Mejia setting back up. Long look and the pitch. Cut on and fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes now. As again, somebody working in the pen down to my left-hand side. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jeff Mejia trying to get started. The pitch. Outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Mejia looking to put a ball in play. The flag flowing out there towards right field. The pitch taken. That's in there for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner standing on second base. As again, the Pioneers trying to add to their 9-2 lead. Runner on second base. The pitch. Mejia takes ball 3. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Jeff Mejia looking for a pitch he can do something with. Checks on the runner. The pitch. Cut on, drilled out there towards left field, and that is foul. So, very quickly, foul call. 3-ball, 2-strike count again. Mejia was bolting down the line. The runners at first and second were off and moving. So, he did everything he could with that one, just couldn't quite get it to land fair. As again, Mejia steps back in the batter's box. He takes a look. The pitch from Padarnos. Outside, ball 4, and with 1 out, the bases are loaded. As Donovan Montgomery steps up, he had a base on balls back in that very, very long 3rd inning. So Montgomery steps in. He takes a look. As again, the pitch. Taken for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Still some work going on down in the bullpen. Runner on every bag. Nowhere to put Montgomery. The pitch. Taken for ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. As Donovan Montgomery waiting. Padarnos delivers. Taken, ball 3. 3-0. Padarnos doesn't want to walk in a run here. Montgomery waits. Would love to put bat on ball. Thomas was able to do so earlier. A 3-run double. Montgomery waits. The pitch taken for ball 4, and they will walk in a run. So, bases remain loaded, and it's 10-2. As now, stepping to the plate, Cam Hill, who's been hit by a pitch, grounded out, and singled tonight. As the Pioneers continuing to try to push the offense here. Hill probably not going to be comfortable waiting around. He is going to try to put bat on ball. The pitch here. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. So a quick 1-0. 10-2 right now for the Pios. Getting back set. The pitch. Taken in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. Cam Hill getting set. He waits. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled out there towards center field. This should score a run. The right fielder, or left fielder, my apologies, tracks it down and will throw it in very quickly. Runs Gil Murad back to third base. So the bases stay loaded, as that is going to bring up Bobby Marsh. Nobody able to come home on that one as Marsh comes up to the plate. Marsh tonight struck out, had a double, and struck out again, so 1 for 3 on the night. Marsh certainly not scared to take the bat off his shoulder as he looks out. Marsh stepping back in. Pitch coming here from Padarnos. The pitch bounces in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Quick 1-0 count. As Bobby Marsh going to be looking to put something in play. First baseman looking for some RBIs. Marsh waiting. Padarnos looking. The pitch. Cut on and missed as Marsh takes a big cut at that one, 1-1. Bobby Marsh stepping back in here. Padarnos has his sign, delivers. Taken high, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs as Marsh, trying to keep this inning alive, has the bases juiced. Long look out here from Bobby Marsh. Paternos winds and delivers. Cut on, or no, excuse me, that one gets by. My apologies, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Marsh reared back. I thought he was going to let one rip there, but that ball got too low too quickly, and it's snuck by the catcher momentarily, but not far enough to bring the runner home. 3-1 count, 2 outs. Marsh waits. Oh, look out here. The pitch from Paternos. Taken high, ball 4, and walks in another run. As 11-2, the lead now. Another base on balls. And the Pioneers are back up again. Emlyn Petre, who has been hit by a pitch, doubled, and struck out so far. See what he can do here. A big at bat for Emlyn Petre. A little bit of a hold up there for a moment. Not sure what that was as they retrieved a ball in the backfield. So 2 outs. Petre looking to put bat on ball. The pitch taken for a strike. That may have been the best pitch Petre is going to get here tonight. 0-1. As Paternos trying to tightrope his way out of this inning without giving up any more runs. 2 runs already across. Bounces one in there, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. As the Pioneers looking to help themselves out. Waiting. The pitch from Paternos. Up and over the head as this will bring in another run. Hurrying towards the plate was Mejia. He's going to cross, and that'll make it 12-2 Pios. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. A 10-run lead for the Pioneers. As now, Emlyn Petre stepping up. 2 balls, 1 strike. If he can put a ball in play, he could bring home 2 more runs, with runners standing at second and third now. The pitch. Taken for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. Petre taking a look. He gets set. The pitch. Cut on. Drilled out here towards left. That will get foul. And we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Emlyn Petre just looking to put a ball in play. He gets set. Runner standing at second and third base right now. The pitch is in there for strike 3. And Petre didn't like that as he took it looking. So we head to the top of the 6th inning. And the Pioneers have a 12-2 lead right now. So we step aside. We'll be right back with the top of the 6th here on Mixlr.com. All right, folks, my apologies there. We're going to cut off that ad a little bit early as the boys are ready to go. Mark Tucker comes up, hold on, here's the pitch. Taken for a strike. 0-1. My apologies, that's Luke Turner up there. So, 0-1. As going right to work, Ethan Buckley. The pitch. Bounces one ball, 1 strike. So, Turner trying to go to work here. A ball and a strike against Ethan Buckley as that one dribbled down the first base line, scooped up, and that's going to be a 3 unassisted as they get the first put out here in the top of the 6th. So Danny Hosley comes up, reached on an error, and then struck out back in the 3rd as Hosley will come back in. Hosley steps in. Pioneers looking to have a quick inning. It's been a rough afternoon for quick innings as the pitch in there popped up, should be playable. Third baseman comes over, and no, that's going to get into the seats. As we remind you to make the right decision, insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As Hosley going back to work here. Again, some fuzzies blowing around in the stadium here. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Hosley trying to get going. The next man due up is Johnny Camps. The pitch outside, 1-2. Trying to get Hosley swinging. As Buckley goes back to work here. He waits. The pitch cut on, popped up. First baseman ranges over towards his own dugout. He's got a read, makes the play, and that will be the 2nd out. And Johnny Camps comes up. Last time Camps was up, he had a little bit of an argument with the home plate umpire, didn't like the call. As now, top of the 6th inning, Pioneers leading 12-2. As the pitch in there from Buckley, drilled out towards left, and the left fielder makes the play. 3 quick outs. The Pioneers head to the bottom of the 6th, leading 12-2. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball here on Mixler.com. All right, and another new pitcher to tell you about, as the bullpen has certainly been taxed here today for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks as they trail 12-2. Aaron Hare making his appearance. The Pioneers have seen him a time or two. So far this year, a 27 ERA. He has only lost a game, pitched 1.1 innings, gave up a hit, allowed 4 runs, all of them earned, had 5 bases on balls. So, again, the Pioneers did see Hare back a little bit ago, so we'll see how he does here tonight. He's going to face Popa, Erickson, Taylor, and the Pioneers, with that new rule from the PGCBL, are 2 runs and 3 outs away from finishing this one off. If the Pios can plate 2 runs, that would be the end. They need a 12-run lead, and then for the Tarp Skunks to bat in the top of the 7th. That one fouled right back next to me. No balls, 1 strike. Pioneers haven't had the chance to do that, as this has definitely been one of the most productive nights of the year, to say the least. The pitch, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. As Hare trying to go back to work here. 1-1 the count. Aaron Hare setting. The pitch. In on Popa and got behind him. I think Popa's trying to say it hit him. The umpire says no. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. As Popa will step back in. Again, Popa to be followed by Erickson and Justin Taylor. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Taken for a ball. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. As again, the Pioneers trying to work up some more offense. The pitch from Hare, outside, ball 4. So on 5 pitches, Hare puts the first man on base, and Popa will go down to first. That's going to bring up Chris Erickson. Erickson, so far on the night, popped out to the second baseman, had a base on balls, and struck out. Erickson stepping right back in. Popa taking his lead off at first, trying to get that glove attached. Erickson has his read, the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Erickson taking a look. Still a little cooler out now. The wind blowing and has to be refreshing on a hot summer day as that one gets away from the catcher. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes as Hare trying to find that strike zone again, and the pitchers coming out of the bullpen have really had an issue doing that for the Tarp Skunks. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Low and outside, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. As the Pioneers trying to put a runner in scoring position with nobody out again. Something they've been somewhat successful at so far here tonight. The pitch. Hits him in the head as the helmet comes off. And that is going to earn Erickson a trip down to first base. As somebody from the Tarp Skunk bullpen yells, "It's a strike." Erickson appears to be okay as he starts towards first. As now, Justin Taylor comes up. Taylor heads towards home. And now the Pioneers, Chris Erickson taking a little stroll out there. That one did not feel good. As again, Hare having some trouble finding home. So runners on first and second. Nobody out. The pitch. Off the outside corner, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes from Aaron Hare. As Hare steps back in. He almost hit Popa. He did just plunk Erickson in the head. As that one's inside, and again, the runners will move bases. That ball gets back to the backstop. So, 2 balls, no strikes. As the Pioneers, well, you know they'd love to get first place back, and they're going to be in a tie if they win here today. But, whew, they have been getting hit by Aaron Hare here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch from Hare, cut on and drilled. That one gets foul, but 2 balls, 1 strike, as Taylor defending himself up there with the bat. He has walked twice tonight and struck out, so 0 for 1. Taylor steps back in. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Runners 90 and 180 feet from home at this point. The pitch. Cut on, drilled through the middle. That's going to get down, and 2 more runs will score. And little trouble fielding in right field, but the runs will cross. It is 14-2. And a runner still stands on first with the Aaron Taylor single. 2 RBIs. As now Aaron Thomas comes up. Thomas steps up. Still nobody out. As we'll see what the Pios can do here. Now a 12-run lead. The pitch inside on Thomas, and the catcher manages to keep it as it's 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. So every Pioneers hitter has been in danger of getting plunked here so far. I don't mean to laugh, but whew, out of the bullpen, Hare has been wild. As that one's outside again, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 count. Pioneers a 14-2 lead. As the Tarpskunks, who held them, hitless, scoreless just 2 nights ago. The pitch taken for a strike, 2-1. Aaron Hare locates the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. As now again, Aaron Thomas going back to work. We'll see if the Pioneers can keep things going here. The pitch taken for a ball, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. The Elmira Pioneers trying to keep this offense going. This has been a stellar evening for them so far. As the pitch, ball 4. And so take your base again. Runners now at first and second. As that's going to bring up Gil Murad. So a couple of singles and a base on balls for Gil Murad. As he steps in. A little dangerous on the right-hand side. That's where Erickson got plunked in the head. It was a severe hit-by pitch. The pitch. Taken inside, 1-0. Again, on that right-hand side, you got to be careful right now. Aaron Hare has been wild as anything, and they've got another pitcher working in the bullpen. Pioneers put up 9 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th. As that's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. As the Tarpskunks trying to find their way through this one here. The pitch taken for a ball, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Gil Murad steps back in. Runner standing at first and second. The pitch taken for a strike, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Murad waits. The pitch inside and behind him, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 count, nobody out. Gil Murad. Getting back set, the pitch taken, ball 4. So, runners now on every base. As the Pioneers threatening again. That brings up Jeff Mejia. Second walk of the night to Gil Murad. The manager comes out to talk to Hare. And they're going to take the ball from him. A brand new pitcher again. We'll step aside and be right back after this here on Mixlr.com. All right, so new pitcher comes into the game, Justin Bailey, wearing number 2, as Mejia steps in. Bailey, well, no record for him as of yet on the year. So far, he's only hit. So we'll see what he can do here against the Pioneers batters as Mejia steps in. Full house on the base paths. The pitch taken high, 1-0. 1 ball, no strike. As Mejia trying to help out his day, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. The pitch cut on, drilled down the left field line and foul, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pioneers looking for a little bit of insurance here. As, again, they've allowed the visiting team to hit 7 times, as that one comes inside, 2 balls, 1 strike, and have a 12-run lead according to PGCBL rules. That's the end of the game, so opportunity to get that in the next half inning. The pitch outside, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jeff Mejia should find something to hit here. As a look, the pitch high and outside, ball 4. A run will be walked home, and that is 15-2. So, the walk around the base paths continues for the Pioneers, as this has been quite the path around the base paths for the Pioneers here this evening. First pitch in there for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, back-to-back 3-run innings so far. Bases are still loaded, and the Pioneers have still only had 8 hits. That one bounces up again, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out. As a long look out here from that's in there to Donovan Montgomery for a strike, 2-1. My apologies. 2 balls, 1 strike. The next pitch, cut on, drilled out there towards right. That will get down. 1 run's going to come across to score, and it continues to be bases loaded. So it's station to station for the Pioneers at this point, as Cam Hill will step in, 16-2. Cam Hill waits the wind, the pitch taken for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As again, that one cut on, drilled out there towards left. The play is made. There's the first out of the inning. And no, they say they're not going to score the run. A little surprising there, but, well, there's the first out of the inning. Mejia was set to tag and run, as that's going to bring up Marsh. Bobby Marsh comes up. Pioneers have a 16-2 lead. We'll see what Bobby Marsh can do here. Little surprised, Andrew Drum holding up the runners. The pitch outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As again, the pitch drilled out there towards left. That one will be dropped in there. So that's going to score a run and hold everybody up again, as the Pioneers hit 17. And again, we talk station to station. 17-2. Next man up, Emilien Petre. He's struck out twice, been hit by a pitch, and had a double. That pitch way outside, 1 ball, no strikes. As Petre steps back up. 17-2, bottom of the 6th. As the Pioneers Taking strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. The pitch. Cut on, drilled back up the middle. Caught. Stepping on home, throwing to first. And that will be a double play, and the pitcher celebrates way too much. So we head to the top of the 7th. Pioneers, Strand 2, 17-2. We'll be back here on Mixler.com. All right, Drew Haight enters the game for the Elmira Pioneers. A perfect ERA, 3 games he's appeared in, has a save, pitched 4 innings, only 2 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts. So the pressure will be on Haight to get through this one. If he can do it 1-2-3, it's a quick night for the Pios. The Batavia Muck Dogs won tonight, 6-0 over the Niagara Power. The Auburn Doubledays, 4-0 over Geneva here in the top of the 7th. Utica 9, Watertown 1 in the top of the 7th. Amsterdam and Mohawk just getting underway, as are Saugerties and Glens Falls. So, coming up to the plate, going to be DiMaggio Cazares. So Cazares stepping up here as we get into the top of the 7th inning. The pitch. In there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 17-2 in favor of the Pioneers. The pitch. Cut on, drilled out here to left. And that is going to drop in for a hit. So, a single for Cazares. And that's going to bring up Justin Bowers. Bowers, who has flown out to the right fielder and reached on an error. So Drew Haight goes back to work. Haight allowing a base runner here. He sets the pitch. Taken for strike 1, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Drew Haight trying to close this one out, essentially. If the Pioneers can get 3 outs and not allow 4 runs, they will be out of this game, as that one's fouled off. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. As that's thrown down, and Drew Haight looking in at Justin Bowers, has Corey Blackburn, on deck. A ground ball would suffice as well. Getting set, Haight winds and delivers. That's a little bit outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2. As Haight gets set. Checking on the runner. The pitch. Outside again, 2 balls, 2 strikes from Haight. Needs to get something near the strike zone. Drew Haight. Getting back set. Checks on the runner, winds and delivers. Cut on, drilled towards the third baseman. Played in between his legs, and everybody's safe. So nobody out, runners at first and second. Second time tonight, Bowers has reached on an error. As that'll bring up Corey Blackburn. Blackburn tonight flew out to center, flew out to right. As now Drew Haight looking for something to get this first out of this inning. He checks on the runner at second. The pitch taken low, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. They wait. Haight checks on the runner back at second. The pitch. Cut on and fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. 1-1 the count. As Haight taking a look, Blackburn steps back in. Koziel and Carlson to follow. As a long look from Haight. The pitch. In there outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. As again, the Pioneers trying to find a way. Checks on the runner at second. The pitch. Cut on, drilled up the middle, and over Petre's glove. That rolls into the gap. It'll score 1. 2 other runners will head to scoring position. So just the 5th hit of the day for the Tarp Skunks. As now, Blackburn gets a double, and Koziel steps up. As a long look from Haight, the pitch. Cut on and missed, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. A long look from Drew Haight, the pitch. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. Stepping right back in, it's 17-3 now. The pitch. Taken for a strike, 1-2. As Koziel, who has singled and hit into a ground out, third to first. The pitch from Haight. Cut on and missed, strike 3. So a strikeout on the catcher, and that'll bring up Chase Carlson, the third baseman. He has walked and singled tonight. As again, Carlson gets set. The pitch from Drew Haight. Outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Pioneers need 2 outs. The pitch. Outside, 2-0. As again, Drew Haight gets set. The pitch. Cut on, drilled up the middle. Played there by Montgomery over to first in time. Another run will score. And now it's 17-14. Or 17-4, excuse me, my apologies. Top of the 7th. As a perfect 6-3 will bring up Hayden Hunt. No, Hayden Hunt being replaced by number 26, which is another opportunity here for the Pioneers if they can get the out. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. As Elijah Pasquale trying to keep this game alive, just needs to score that run over there from third, and, well, they would still need 1 more. So the Pioneers still a chance to close this game out here in the top of the 7th. 2 balls, 1 strike. As my apologies, scoreboard giving me a little bit of trouble. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 17-4. The pitch from Haight. Inside, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. As Pasquale trying to stay alive. Three balls, 1 strike. Drew Haight going back to work. The pitch taken for a strike, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As getting set. Haight winds, deals, outside, ball 4. So a walk. As again, that will bring up Mark Tucker. Tucker 0 for 3 on the day today. As the Pioneers have 2 outs, Drew Haight delivers. Cut on, down the line and foul. No balls, 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As Haight looking for 2 more. Haight gets set. He waits, the pitch. Outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, the Pioneers looking for 1 more out here. The pitch. Taken for a ball, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Drew Haight able to play around a little bit here as he's working through this inning. The pitch. Taken for a strike, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. A Tioga down showdown. As again, Haight looks for it. 1 more strike. If the Pios can get it here. A long look. The pitch. Taken for ball 3. 3-2. As the, well, umpire wasn't going to grant him that one. So, still 1 more pitch. As taking a long look, Drew Haight waits. The pitch, runner is off and going. Outside, ball 4, full loaded bases with 2 outs. I believe I almost said full count there. My apologies, folks, as the base on balls moves the man to second. And that will bring up Luke Turner. Turner's walked twice, caught stealing on one of those, and grounded out to first for an unassisted play. As Drew Haight just needs 1 more out. See what he can do here against Luke Turner. Turner gets set. A long look. The pitch from Haight. In there for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Haight and Murad had a good conversation out there on the mound before this batter came up. The pitch. Outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Haight looking for 1 more out. The pitch. Off the inside corner, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Haight has his sign. The pitch. Cut on, drilled out here towards right. And that should be playable. Makes the catch. And that will do it. So the Pioneers win via the brand new mercy rule. As that means that 17-4, the Pios claim victory. What a game against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks as the Pioneers win here tonight. It's a big victory as this one is now closed out Unbelievable the way this one played out. Want to thank you all and hope you all enjoyed your Father's Day with us here as the Pioneers shake hands. They will head out for the exhibition tomorrow up in Batavia, so we'll see what kind of lineup Andrew Drum goes with up there. The Pioneers will be back in action in league play starting on Tuesday. Back here at historic Dunfield, matchups Tuesday and Wednesday this week. Make sure you don't miss a minute of Pioneers action all season long. You can catch us live here on YouTube and on Mixler.com. As always, I'm John Clement. Good night, Elmira.